start all over so we can learn from each other as long as you're with me.
I had been pestering my friend for some months to take me out for a ride on the trails. This winter presented a few challenges as we've had unseasonable warmth and there has not been much snow accumulation. Finally, the day before spring, no less, March 19th, we get our chance. It had been 29 years since I rode a snowmobile, so I was a bit concerned, but my friend reassured me and said, it's just like riding a bike, you never forget. The plan was to leave from Port-au-Port and take a round trip to Piccadilly and Ship Cove, and take in some of my friend's favorite spots along the way. Of course, this was no place for my best friend Whiskey, and I had to leave him home, much to his dismay. Jarrett March, my pal from Port-au-Port, is an avid snowmobiler and has a knack for the mechanics behind the machine. He will often take a base model and modify it until it surpasses manufacturer's expected limits. I arrived at Jarrett's house and he gave me a rundown of the sleds. He introduces me to the Polaris RMK, or Rocky Mountain King. It's a 600cc, and with my inexperience it already feels like too much machine for old Sheen. But I am all about the challenge and an adventure, so I plan to keep up. We hit the trail and leave Port-au-Port. We head west where we connect with another friend, Tyrone, near the outskirts of Felix Cove. Tyrone, also a March, no relation to Jarrett, is on a Polaris 600, like me, but clearly has the experience to back it up. Tyrone spends every day in the backcountry cruising on his sled. Yeah, welcome back to Sheen on Naturel. I'm your host, Old Sheen. Today I'm on the trail with my man Jarrett March and Tyrone March.
Yes, sir.
All right, and these gentlemen are good enough to take me out and guide me through the back trails between Port-au-Port and Piccadilly. It's Jarrett.
Yes, sir. Name's Jarrett March, grew up in Port-au-Port East. Our old buddy Sheen Naturel here is riding the old Edge RMK. Good quality old sled. This one's basically my backup. But great running sled, a lot of fun. Up there we got the IQ 700, that's a little bit newer, newer styling, different chassis. This one has a 144 track, that one has a 144 extended. Our buddy Tyrone here has the 121 2005 Polaris XC anniversary. All good older sleds, you know. There's definitely later and greater and newer and better, but
yep, always
these things for their age, you can't ask no better.
Yep.
So basically we got all these sleds have all been jetted. They all have their gears changed, they all have the clutching changed for a more aggressive trail setup.
The boys informed me that we're heading out to do some drag racing. Old Sheen is more of a touring kind of guy, but this adventure intrigues me. We follow some beautiful trails and meet up with some folks with the same idea, enjoying this winter ride. Onward to the town of Piccadilly, where I'm told a farmer's field is where races often occur.
Jarrett is on his Polaris Dragon 700cc.
And besides being a faster machine, it has modifications to represent an 800cc. On the field, none of us could touch it, especially old Sheen. Tyrone, on the other hand, demonstrates speed and handling, and is a fine competitor to go heads up with Jarrett. These lads have octane in their blood. The Dragon was untouchable, so these fellows decided to level the playing field. Jarrett mounted the RMK and Tyrone faced off with his 600. Both machines were equally suited. The challenge was on the boys. They were neck and neck, but Jarrett pulled ahead a couple times and Tyrone got the better a couple of times. They had to do a deciding bout. Old Sheen tried to track, and he flew at breakneck speed. I had a good time on that old 600. And then Jarrett suggested I give the Dragon a try. When I got to the starting line, I went full throttle. And to my surprise, the snow machine's front end lifted off the ground, and I knew I was in for a ride. As I cruised, I found it exhilarating, and even felt as though the machine had left the ground. It was all so amazing. I looked at the speedometer and seen it at 89 miles per hour. It was fast and intense, and I had to let off the throttle. Old Sheen was no match for these adrenaline junkies. Fantastic time though. We carried on to Ship Cove. There was another gem of a speedway, a locally known spot as 3 ponds. The guys informed me that on fine days these ponds are loaded with riders, each going heads up to see whose machine is superior. We met a few folks at the pond, but no races today. I guess the heavy snow is somewhat of a deterrent, but that fresh powder sure made the experience a lot of fun.
Trying to buy Bigfoot.
For Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
The 3 of us race across the pond, and as could be expected, Jarrett leads. Tyrone in second and old Sheen bringing up the rear. I love it though, the fresh air, the new section of forest. A guy could get used to this racing thing. Jarrett was right too. You never really forget. So as you can see by that exhilarating run across the pond, we couldn't take my best friend Whiskey here. He just couldn't keep up today. I think Jarrett probably came in first. He has a slight advantage there with his machine.
Yeah, it's 100cc advantage.
Nice 700 here. My 600.
Yeah, and I got a 600.
On the other 600.
Yeah,
600.
So close races between those 6s though.
Oh,
yeah, beauty.
close.
Yeah,
Real nice runs.
yeah, great time. Well, boys, I really appreciate you getting me out here with you.
Not a worry, buddy.
No
Anytime.
problem, my man. Anytime.
And it's getting on late now, so we're heading her back. I hope you enjoyed it too. See you next time, and until then, old Sheen's gonna miss you.
As long as you're with me, you and me, we both believe. Let's build a life, live for our dreams, so we can start all over, so we can learn from each other. As long as you're with me.